I go first.
And I go second.
Subject is
Strollers and Chats. Perfect.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How's it going? It's been a couple weeks.
Our family is extremely sick.
Our family, our friends, our neighbors.
Everybody we know is sick at the moment, and I hope you guys are all doing well in this season.
And so bear with us for our nasally voices today. And if you hear us sniffling, please bear with us. And there's also a baby here today breastfeeding. He's not sleeping. Speaking of breastfeeding, I'll tell you guys something really funny that happened right before we started recording that will really give you insight into who Tamara is as a person and who I am as a person. So I wanted
And for any mother that doesn't know, she will know now.
Yeah. So I wanted to pump some milk. With full context, I exclusively breastfeed, but I pump on occasion just for like a bottle or two or whatever to have like a fridge stash for whenever I need it.
For more context, Muna lost her pump a few weeks ago and doesn't know where she put it.
No. Let's be clear. I lost one side of the pump, not the battery, just the actual pump, where the milk goes. And I'm pretty sure I threw it in the garbage by accident. It was in the dishes and then it disappeared.
Yeah, so Muna's been asking me to use my old pump that I was using. So Muna's like, can I borrow or use your pump? And I still have both sides, obviously, because they have a home.
Well, I was going to buy a new pump because it was getting annoying to just have one side, but I've made it work over the last couple of weeks.
Completely forgot to give it to
But
you.
then she was like, oh, wait, no, I have my old one, my Mom Cozy. Just use that.
So yeah, she comes down
and I brought my pump battery, but I forgot the pump itself. So I was like, oh, dang it, I forgot my pump. And then she's like, oh, perfect timing. Let me just give you my pump and try it now. So I put in the pumps and I'm like playing around with it. I'm trying to see how you plug it in and everything. So I click the battery onto the pump. And then I have like little mini not trauma, but like mini memory of when I first started breastfeeding and pumping a couple months ago. Wow, couple months. It's only been 2.5, but in the beginning, I would forget what setting I left the pump on and I would like put it on and then I would turn it on and it would be like on the strongest thing and like my boobs hadn't adjusted to it yet, so it would really hurt. So I always check where it's at before I like actually wear the pump. Okay. So I go to turn it on to test where it's at. And it's on level 8. And I was like, oh my goodness, 8. And then Tamara, sorry.
Tamara.
I don't know when I'm talking in English, sometimes that comes out. Tamara says, I was like, whoa, 8. And she goes,
I'm like, this is normal. I use between 5 and 9. And then she's like, what? She looks confused. And I'm like, what? Like in my head, I'm like, what do you do?
So I watched a lot of TikToks and like I just like played around with pumping a lot because I wanted to see what would get me the most out of my pump session. And I saw this one thing that was like, oh, play around with the settings. And I realized that the lower the setting, the more milk I got. So I would adjust the setting, the level to whatever my baby felt like because I always get the most out of his latch. And that feels like level 1 or level 2. Like it doesn't hurt. It feels like a mild sectioning. So I would only put 1 or 2. So I put it on a 1 and then I turn it on. When I turn it on, it was on the heart setting, okay? For anyone who knows. So I turn it on and I'm like, see? No, sorry. Tamara says, 1 or 2? What? I don't feel a section if it's on 1 or 2. And I'm like, no, there's definitely a section. It's just mild. So then I turn it on, and then I'm like, yeah, see, I definitely feel that. And then she looks at the pump.
I look at the pump and I see 8 and I start laughing. And when I looks at it and she starts laughing confused.
We're both like laughing so we can't say anything. So she thinks that I'm like just BSing. She's like, what do you mean? You don't know what you're talking about. Like it's literally on 8. Like you don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, this is why I put it on 8.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, no. It's just on the heart setting. And then she's like, what do you mean? So for those who don't know,
And she switched it to the drop. And in my head, I'm like, the drop means nothing. Like, I've never been there. I've always switched to the heart.
so the heart setting on every pump or every automatic like handless pump is the letdown one. So it goes suction, 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 suction. Okay. That's to stimulate a letdown. And then you do that for like 2-3 minutes, 5 tops, and you switch to the water droplet or the milk droplet, which is pump liquid. Okay. So she goes, I have never done that. And I'm like, and this is another thing for the whole entire year of her pumping and breastfeeding journey, she would call herself a just enougher. If she needs to pump a bottle, she'd be like, it hurts so much, I can't even do it more than 5 minutes. And she would need to prep like a
No, I
week in
do 20
advance
minutes, but it would
at the
just hurt.
beginning. At the
Oh, at the
beginning.
beginning, yeah, I would barely, and I'd be like, how do people handle this?
And
Even
this
you,
girl is on 8.
I was literally looking at you and thinking, Masha Allah, Masha
I would pump for
Allah.
like 40 minutes.
You pumped before your baby came out. I was literally like,
Oh,
that is
yeah. I pumped for
insanity.
some colostrum.
I was like, how did I give birth? I have negative pain tolerance. But everything makes sense.
So
Everything makes sense
So
now.
she would be on 8 and on that setting that literally goes pump, 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 and it like sucks and it hurts so much when that pulls like that.
But you don't
So
understand.
she would always be like, I'm just an enougher. And I'm like, are you sure? Because now I'm pumping and I'm like, I feel like as sisters, we would be similar. And I actually am able to get like a day, at least 1 or 2 bottles, despite me breastfeeding my
I
baby.
needed like 2-3 days to finish a bottle.
Yeah, she would need a couple days.
Especially that Rital fed the whole time because I
She would
exclusively
always tell
breastfed too.
me she would always tell me that she has to skip a feed for Rital to be able to pump a bottle, and she would need to pump multiple times
Wow,
to fill up a
life-changing.
whole bottle. So I just discovered that she was never pumping on the correct setting. So I'm just like, did you not read or like question what the heart or what the droplet was like when you bought your pump? She's like, no, like, why would I read instructions? Like, I would always switch back to a heart. I don't get it.
I feel like I missed out a lot in life
She
because of
always does
this.
these random things with like really obscure things where you'd be like, it's actually really simple to just like read or just like brush through or what's it called? Scan their
But I do remember
instructions.
reading them. I just I never saw the heart versus drop. I remember reading that after 20 minutes it would stop or 40 or something, like a total of 40 minutes with the 2 pumps. So I didn't overthink it.
But when you saw heart and then you saw droplet, did you not think droplet meant something like
I
pumping
literally
liquid?
I remember clicking that button and just thinking, this is nothing.
So sad. And I for the first like 3 days, I would pump on such a high setting, be like, my God, like I'm not getting that much. And I really, if for context, at the first 2 weeks of my baby's life, my midwife, God, long story, she wanted me to triple feed, where you breastfeed, pump, and then top up your baby. It's
It's a
literally
modern thing.
anybody who triple fed knows it's not sustainable. It's hurts your mental health. It's just so, so bad. Anyways, so I really was like, I need to get my milk supply up. I need to get my milk
Hmm.
supply up. For context, they wanted my baby to drink 90
Mm.
milliliters fresh out the freaking womb. He is 2.5 months old now, and now he drinks between 90 to 100 mils. So yeah, anyways, so I really played around with it and I watched a lot of TikToks and stuff. So I figured out that why if it hurts, like it doesn't hurt when babies latch. So why would it hurt when it's pumping? So I would put it lower and then I tested it out and I got so much more milk out.
I'm I'm shook.
Yeah, so she doesn't read instructions and I don't organize my things and I apparently throw my pumps in the garbage by accident.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's review our gathering, the party we
Oh
did,
yeah, we
the
did mention that
event.
last time. That was, I would say that was successful.
It was
Alhamdulillah.
so successful. Everybody devoured the food. There was barely any leftovers, and everybody reviewed
Except
us.
for one thing that we got extremely wrong. Even though I had a gut feeling, but you always don't want to be right about that gut feeling, especially in a
I
gathering.
would like
So
to say that I also knew and suggested a much lesser amount.
it was rice.
So,
Wait, should we get them to guess? Just for
no,
fun. Who
no.
cares, right?
They don't know what the menu is or whatever. So it was rice. Okay, guys, guess how many cups of rice? So
Okay.
we
Yeah,
had
you have to guess.
35 to 40 guests, including 10 kids. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but those kids are not kids anymore. They're
They're like
adults.
teenagers. Sure.
They're adult. They're
They're
low
not
key adult.
adults.
They're 15 plus. Like as
That's
they
teenager.
eat like adults
I
though.
get it. They're teenagers. Black as teenagers eat more than adults.
Exactly. So we're talking like
Okay,
stomach
yes.
numbers.
So the menu entailed a bunch of food. So we had bechamel, so macaroni, if you know what that is. Yalanji,
Which is
which is grapes.
vegetarian grape leaves.
Yep. We had 3 lamb legs.
No, 5.
5 lamb legs?
5.
Gosh, I didn't make the lamb legs. 40 pieces
Dude.
of chicken. Oh, we also underestimated the chicken.
Oh,
Anyways.
we underestimated it by like 10.
Yeah. Okay. So
So you did use the chicken to cook mlokhia the other night, right? I think if you didn't use them, but okay.
a little bit. Okay. Anyways, so the menu
Sorry.
entailed of bechamel, 5 lamb legs, grape leaves, spanakopita, salads, carrot salad, tabbouleh. What else?
Goulash. It's
Goulash,
Egyptian with ground beef.
ground beef pastry.
Did we have another main?
The chicken.
Oh, the
So
chicken.
we had
It was
chicken,
amazing.
chicken thighs and drums. And
Potatoes.
oh yeah, potatoes.
We effed up those as well.
No, they were just a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that and the rice were the only things that we were stuck with.
Yeah.
That's all. Everything else was, mashallah, really good.
And then there's rice, right? So the rice is supposed to go with the meat and the chicken. Okay. I feel like we're missing a meal, but anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Wait, the rice was for like whoever wanted like their rice or their chicken or meat with sauce with the rice, like is a gravy. Because some
As
people,
Middle Easterners, we need to have rice on the
yeah,
table.
exactly. Just like yeah.
So I was thinking for these 35 to 40 guests, I was thinking between 5-7 cups of rice. Okay.
We even thought of 8 to be safe.
I remember thinking like myself, like before I asked you guys, I was in charge of rice. I was like 5 to
You
7
thought
cups.
8. I remember on the phone you thought 8.
No, this is after it was a whole conversation. Before anything, I was like, I'm gonna make between 5 to 7 cups of rice. Okay. And then we're discussing everything, and then we're like, God, no.
Wait, we referred back to Said's mom, who's like an expert. She does a lot of gatherings, and she had done.
I mean, I'm not gonna say expert, just any
by expert experience. She's
Yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
experiences like 40 years, however long.
any
years.
khalto,
Any khalto will know, yeah. So we referred to her just because she had a gathering ring literally a week before. That's why. And she had done 8 and there was a lot left over. But my husband was like, wait a minute, but that specific gathering, most people don't eat a lot of rice. And I was like, maybe he has a point that our people eat more rice. And it is true, but then when we did the calculation based on his thought and everything, like we put everything into what do I say? Consideration. LOL. Put everything into consideration. It turned out to be 15.
So Tamara loves a ChatGPT. Her and my husband love an AI.
But I knew that 15 cups was a lot.
So she punched it.
I felt like
okay,
8 or
hang
10.
on.
I just wanted to defend my thought
Before we
process.
get there, we put it into ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so she puts the whole menu in there. Oh, with 3 appetizers and this and this. And ChatGPT is like, oh no, you must do 10 to 15 cups.
Yeah.
So I'm like, 10 to 15? This gotta be wrong. And you soak the rice. Like, there's no way. I was like, I feel like 5 to 7. And she was like, no, that's definitely on the lower end. ChatGPT confirms that. Her husband is like, no, yeah, definitely. They're rice eaters. We got to do more. So then I'm like, maybe 8? Let's do 8. And they're like, no, we got to do more. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, yeah. Let's make sure we have, better to have more than less, right?
Did you make 10 or 15?
I made 12. I compromised. I was like, you know what? I can't bring myself to pour 15 cups. I was pouring. We have, fun fact, I have in our house, we don't have, our pantry is like buckets for rice and like lentils and sugar. We have like these big buckets. Do you know like the old ice cream buckets? Like back in the 2000s, you would get that Napolitan
I
ice
think it
cream.
still exists, but we're bougie,
It
so we buy more expensive
maybe,
ice cream.
maybe, but like it was so popular
It
back then.
still exists.
Well, we ate it a lot in the 2000s. No, I feel like that's a pretty 2000s thing to have that. Like, who nowadays would buy a bucket of ice
Well,
cream?
they're still
If
sold
you
in.
know, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Maybe for
funny.
big families, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so those big buckets we would fill with our rice and lentils and stuff. So mine was full to the top. Okay, we recently bought rice; it was stocked. So I was pouring into the pan so I could soak the rice. So I'm pouring 1 cup, 2 cup. And by the way, I used also the cups, not like the cups that like a measuring cup. I actually used like a kid's
The
plastic
IKEA, the
drinking cup.
IKEA plastic
If you
cups.
know, you know those like colorful
You know a
plastic
lot, you
cups.
know.
We use those. They're pretty close to a cup, but a little bit less than a real cup. Hold on, my baby's trying to latch.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I can do that again.
I want you to remember this every time you tell me. I think I'm ready for a baby. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so those IKEA cups, they're a little bit less than an actual cup. So I was pouring 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup. And then when I got to like 5 to 7, I was like, okay, this is getting a lot. And then I was like, okay, 9, 10, and the bucket was almost empty. There was like 1 or 2 inches left, and it was like 7 inches full. And I was like, wait, this seems like a lot. I'm using a whole bucket of rice for this little azima,
It
this
wasn't
little It
little.
wasn't little, but like
Dude, it wasn't
when you
little.
think about it
50 people feed
in
in
our
those.
little common room,
That's a different.
that's the size of a living room or a kitchen. Oh my god. Another thing. Wait, pause. We had the week before, her in-laws invited me and my husband over, like the family and stuff, for dinner to greet my husband and stuff. And they did it in their common room. And their common room is pretty big. It's like an event space, okay? Like it could fit like a good 50 people comfortably. Like, you know, you could
Very comfortably.
very
Standing
comfortably.
probably like
Okay. And then
60 to 70.
it's like pretty big. Just for comparison, it's probably 4 times the size of our common room.
5 or 6.
No, 4. 4. 4 to
Okay.
5, but it has a kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Plus
and a
a
whole
kitchen.
bathroom and everything, okay? Anyways, and we were
We underestimated, but
no,
we
no, hold
knew
on.
it.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, one.
So at
Wait,
one
finish the
point,
rice
no,
story.
no, I have to get this is one. At one point during the gathering, I walk by this wall. Tamara was standing there, and I look at the wall, and there's a laminated paper glued on the wall that says max 30 occupants. Or 25, 30?
30.
Max 30
During
occupants.
COVID.
And then but hold on, I
Okay.
didn't know that. And I look at her, and I'm like, we're having 40 people in our shoebox next week. And we both look at each other, and she bursts out laughing. And she's like, no, during COVID. And I was like, oh, okay. Because this could fit 100 people comfortably. I was very concerned. I was like, whoa. She was like, it's because it's a fire hazard. I was like, then we're going to blow up an oxygen hazard.
Fire hazard. It was because COVID, you had to like
Yeah, okay.
1 meter away.
Anyway, so I'm pouring the rice. My bucket of rice is almost finished. And I'm counting 10, 11. And I was like, 12. And I was like, I actually can't keep
This is
going.
all laughing.
I know it's fine. I
Okay.
actually can't keep going because the cup started hitting the bottom of the bucket. So I had to like scoop into it. I was like, This can't be happening. So I compromised and I was like, I think we'll be okay with 12 cups. So I did 12 cups of rice. After I cook the rice, right? I bought these aluminum foil pans, the jumbo size, okay? Aluminum foil pans. And after I fluffed the rice, I needed to fluff the rice more. So I just wanted to make space in the what is a tanjara?
A pan,
What is a tanjara? A pan?
a pot.
A pot. Okay. In the pot. Oh my gosh. Into this giant pot I have. By the way, my mom has like all sizes pot, any size pot you can imagine. So it's like a huge pot, okay? So I needed a little bit of space because it was full to the top, okay, with rice. So I needed space to mix and fluff. I pour some out into the aluminum foil pan that I was going to serve the rice on. Okay. Couple scoops in, and the aluminum jumbo foil pan is full. And I was like, oh no. The pot was 3/4 full still. That was maybe less than a quarter, okay? So I dropped some. Also, I had to throw away the garbage. Anyways, so yeah, later Tana comes upstairs. I had cooked everything, everything was set. Okay, and then she sees the rice and she sees aluminum foil and she's like, wow, this is so perfect. Look at this perfect amount of rice. Yeah, it looks amazing. And then I'm like, oh no, there's still some in the pot. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, no, the pot is full. And she's like, what do you mean? She looks at it and it was full, full, full. Anyways, so
We
long.
just ignored it in the moment
Yeah.
because we're like not dealing with it right
I was
now.
just like, whatever. What am I gonna do? So I was like, you know what? If we need more, I'll just refill. Maybe the aluminum pan is what's small, not the amount of rice we did.
Yeah. Ugh,
Let
that
me
is
tell you,
just
that aluminum foil pan was not even half gone. Okay. And now my solution was my heart wouldn't let myself throw away all that
of
rice.
course, yeah.
So I put it in jumbo Ziploc bags, 4 jumbo Ziploc bags. I flattened it out and I put it in the freezer. And now, anytime I want to eat rice for the next couple months, I'm just going to pop one of those out and microwave it.
Meal plan.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, do not overestimate rice. Always underestimate rice because I think
Man, that was this so funny. But the common room. So for context, our common room, we grew up using it and it always fit us. I don't know. This time, even our guests that used to come were like, this is small. Why is it small? But mashallah, we grew. Everybody has kids. Their
one
kids grew.
auntie,
We
one
had to
aunt,
use the garage. Like cars were coming.
one auntie was like the room got smaller and she was like seriously talking and I was like laughing like I thought she was joking. She's like, no, 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 like something happened, like you guys did construction. I was like, no, 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 it's the same size. So men were just sitting outside, not just men, but like because there's more men, most of them were gathering right outside the common room, which is in our garage. And they lined up chairs and then put a chair in front of them as a table.
It
It
was
was funny,
it was funny. But you know
very
what?
successful.
Successful, created memories, and it felt nostalgic from back.
Everybody loved the food, which is the biggest
Alhamdulillah.
thing. I'm very proud of myself for doing all of that with a baby. It was
Yeah, Muna
great.
did amazing.
Tamana did amazing decoration. It was so good.
It was basic, but it was nice to fill up the room,
Yeah,
make
but
it feel
like
less whatever
I
it
think
was.
most people would consider that amazing. Like
Thank
we have high
you.
standards with decorations.
Thank you.
Oh, guys,
Happy
if you're into decorating, right now Amazon has a really great deal on a
to.
3 pack of arches.
Is it still on?
I think so. It's $80 for I'll leave the link below.
Oh yeah.
It's $80 for 3 arches with the sheets. Usually the sheets come separately.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. Whenever we used to like want to grab those from whatever website, Temu, Shein, whatever, Amazon, like one by itself is like 125 or depending on the size, not including the sheet. And then sheet is a different price. So it's pretty great. And the sheet was a cream color, so it's pretty neutral. You could use it with anything you want. You just buy the balloons. Anyways,
Another thing. Sorry, quick side note for any water drinkers. I just want to rave about my new bottle. It's Owala. brand, not sponsored, lol. I'm in love with it. It's not that cool, but I just think it's so cool as a water drinker. The straw is in the it's like inside with the water spout. So you could either just like put your lips on it and then it's a straw, or you can
It's also $65.
that's not that bad for a really good water bottle. As a water drinker, that's a great investment.
Really? Wow.
Anyways, I'm obsessed with it. Maybe just Google it. It's like the big tumbler, the 1 liter.
Leave the link below.
Is it a 2 liter? 1 liter. 1 liter. 1 liter.
Mm, it kind of looks like mine. Mine is a 1 liter as well.
Yeah, so a 1 liter. It's just so good and I'm obsessed with it. Anyways,
Ugh,
very good.
there's
It definitely did feel like our first like intro into womanhood, like we were saying, like
yeah,
not
yeah.
womanhood,
It
but like
felt like a
adults.
big deal, yeah.
It did because we did it solely on our own, and all of our guests were like, "Wow!" Like, and they're all like aunties, you know, the people our age. Like, there's a couple. They were like, I feel like they would never attempt something like this. So I felt like amongst the aunties, like just
Yeah,
being
yeah, that
like,
was cool.
they were really like, "Wow!" Like everything is really good.
But I do have like I we my husband and I do host people throughout the year, like not every day obviously, but pretty often. And I think the max we've done was like 20 people and the our neighbors. And so this was like the extended neighbors, which was even more, but you did half the job as well. So I think I can't imagine how they do it all on their own by themselves. It's crazy. Like the prep, the everything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you think about it, like
Hmm.
by yourself. But you can do it. It's just like it's nice to have a hand.
So, long story short, successful.
Alhamdulillah.
We'll
And
not be doing it again for the year.
we have one coming up for Ramadan, inshallah. Last year we didn't do anything, so we'll do it
Oh, I
this
won't
year.
be here.
Yeah, no helping.
Lol.
I don't know if you would want to get into potlucks now that because we talked about
Yeah, I hate a
inviting.
potluck. I just think you're lazy. Okay, let me back up. Not that you're lazy, but I just say you want to have people, but you don't want to do anything. Like
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think personally I would ever invite like people over to my home. Maybe if it was like outside in like barbecue at Cultus Lake or something.
I just
But
think
at
people
home, I
naturally
feel
will
like it's
bring a
crazy.
couple dishes because they're coming. Nobody comes with their hands empty-handed.
That's true.
But
People
like
usually
to
bring
name it
dessert.
a potluck is just like more pressure. I just think
Yeah.
potluck for if you don't know your group or if it's like a humongous group, like a work
And
thing,
it's
like a
outdoors.
holiday. Yeah, like sure. Or like a picnic. You could be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Picnics make sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally bring some dishes and stuff. But I feel like if you're inviting someone over to your house and you're hosting, like if you're hosting a dinner and it's a potluck, it's like, what do you mean? You're just opening your door is what you're doing and providing plates.
That's true.
No, some of them are like bring plates. Like
Oh,
what?
no,
Like
that's crazy.
no, not like individually. Like you can bring you the utensils and the plates is one of the options of things to bring.
Oh,
Do you get what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? And again,
But
I'm
I,
not talking about like a big, like an outdoor event or like a last minute thing as well. Last minute, like let's get together. That's completely different as well because it's like you need time to prep.
yeah, I was gonna say because I know how it feels like to prep, and even though it feels amazing and it's so nice to like host people, and it's a heartwarming, heartwarming.
Mhm.
It's a heartwarming feeling, but I do understand like how much more you could host if it's a potluck because you could just host
Like
anybody
quantity wise for people or more often.
more often. Yeah, you could
Mm.
literally invite someone once a month or like a group once a month because you should be like everyone bring a dish. And I think that's okay as well. But I just like coming from our culture, I feel like it just takes a little bit
Or
of
you know what? Here, I think it's more if it's a formal dinner that you're inviting people for. It's like like you invite people in advance. It's a formal thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah. I
feels
think that's
super
a good
weird when
rule.
it's a
That's a good
potluck.
rule. But if
Like
it's just like a
for
gathering, it
example,
makes sense. It's okay.
for New Year's Eve, our friend last minute was like, let's have a New Year's bonfire and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Invited, I don't know how many people, like 15, 20,
Yeah.
and it was a potluck. Makes complete sense. Like, what are we? She's gonna cook everything and make everything the night
No,
before.
yeah. She's
It's New
just
Year's Eve. It was
yeah.
just like a chill hangout, everybody outside,
She's
bonfire.
providing
She's
space.
providing the exactly the
Yeah, yeah.
space and actually a couple things.
Yeah, yeah, a
So
lot of things.
yes, I
Everything.
actually don't know what she provided, but yeah, so that makes complete sense. But if you're inviting people months, not months, but like weeks in advance, it's a whole thing. Why is it a podcast? Potluck.
Podcast.
Podcast. Anyways, maybe that's just
I
me.
saw it on that Subway guy that's like, "What's your hot take?"
Mm.
And one of the hosts he had on
You
was,
mean one of the random people on the subway?
oh, guess no, I think he invites people, actual people,
Oh, I
and
thought
they
they
sit
were
in and they
no.
sit. Yeah, he has celebrities sometimes, and they sit in the
Oh,
subway.
I thought they were just random people.
I forget what it's called. I think it's like Subway Hot Takes or something. And one of the girls, it was a girl, I forget what her name was, but she says that she's like, her hot take is, don't ever invite me to a potluck.
And it's
It
like,
was just
what?
funny.
What
So
is
I
the
just like thought of it and I was like, huh,
is the menu gonna make sense? It's like three people bring mac and cheese. Somebody brings this like
you need a
old recipe
spreadsheet.
casserole that you're like, what's going on? That's another thing our friend does amazingly. Shout out to her. You'll definitely have see her on the podcast very soon. She'll be on here often. Her name is Samia. Can we say that?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
If she
Samo.
doesn't mind, she's one of the Lebanese friends that we were talking about last episode.
And I think we mentioned her name already.
Did we? Anyways, yeah, she always does, or that group of friends, they always do like a spreadsheet of like, okay, put things on as you're gonna buy them or like as you're planning to bring, so people know. So like, I looked at the list. Okay, I there's no drinks. I'll grab the drinks. So it makes sense. It's cohesive. But the people that are just like willy nilly, like potluck, I was almost said podcast again. And then you're like, what's going on here? What are we eating?
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. Okay, well, what should we talk about now? I don't really know.
You start. What's on your chest? What do you want to get off your
Fleb.
chest? That's funny. Me too. Our
Yeah.
babies too.
Oh my god, having a baby that's sick is so hard. It's just hard because like I feel like a toddler is a little bit less like hard on your heart because they can communicate to you their pain. But when
That's
they're
true.
like
But
nonverbal,
once, like, you'll notice when your baby grows, everything grows with it. Like, I still feel the same way
I'm
as I would have
sure.
felt when she was
But
young.
when they're nonverbal, it feels more stressful, I feel like, because you actually don't know what's their
True,
issue.
true.
Like when he cries right now, I'm like, is it because you can't breathe?
Oh, it's hard. I think we both got over the like worst part of being sick, so hopefully by the weekend we will be back to our normal lives.
A quick funny thing actually reminded me of if you're from a different country, not the States or Canada, or maybe just Canada, I don't know. Canada's medical system is unique. My husband is not from Canada, okay? He's from the East. He's from Egypt and Saudi Arabia. He's lived in those two countries all his life. And it's common for other countries or like Arab countries, maybe. I don't know if it's like European countries or whatever. They just have this thing in Arab countries where they give you like a treatment for anything. Like if you go into the hospital, you have a cold or something, you will get antibiotics, you will get oxygen, you will get a shot of something, like you'll get medication. My husband takes this like weird medication that's like literally like a combination of codeine and like caffeine, and he thinks that's normal. He just like has it anytime he has a headache. And my pharmacist Lebanese friend was like, "Oh yeah, you could get that in Canada, but just over the counter. It's actually for severe migraines. You need a prescription." And I was like, "Oh." Anyways, so he's like used to getting antibiotics or whatever for everything. So when our baby got a cold, he has a runny nose, he has a cough, he's wheezing. He was like, "Let's take him to the hospital." And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. They won't do anything." And he's like, "What do you mean? He's a 2 month old. He needs to go to the hospital. He can't breathe." And I'm like, "Oh, he's fine." I have the suction thing, the machine that suctions out his snot and everything, and I'm giving him baby Tylenol. And he's like, "Oh, okay, okay." Day 2 passes. Then day 3, we had the appointment to get my baby's vaccinations. So he's like, "It's a good thing we have this appointment because then the doctor could look at him at the same time." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." So when we're at the doctor, he's getting his vaccinations. My husband keeps mentioning that he has a cough and he has a runny nose. And then my doctor, full fledged, just ignoring him. Like he's not acknowledging the cough or the snot or anything. And then my husband goes, "She's suctioning out his snot." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And then he goes, "Oh, yeah. How many days? 3 days? He's sick? Okay." He didn't say anything. No treatment, nothing. And I was like, "Oh, I've been giving him Tylenol." And he's like, "No, only for fever." Yeah, he's like, "He doesn't have you. You don't need it." And I was like, "Oh, I'll give him after the vaccines." He's like, "No, only if he has fever." So, yeah. So then when we left, my husband was like, "He ignored me." He was like, he fully just ignored what I said about him having a cough and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "This is like normal for you guys here." I was like, "Yeah." So today my husband woke up with a fever. Okay. And I text my mom and I'm like, "Oh, my husband has a fever." And then she's like, she knows him. So she's like, "I'm sure he wants to go to the emergency room." They will laugh at him. Which is true. If you know anything about the Canadian medical system, if you go to the ER for a cold, you ain't getting nowhere. You have to be dying.
Oh, that's so funny. I think he realized that it's his first trip to Canada and he's experiencing all the feels. That's kind of a good thing in a funny way.
Well, considering we are a little bit sick, we are going to wrap it up a little bit early today. Sorry, it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but just bear with us. We didn't want to skip this week as well, but we'll be back with less nasally voices and more topics. I am starting to want to save things for the podcast. I'll like want to go and tell Tamara something, be like, "Oh no, I should save this for the podcast. This is a good podcast topic." So sorry, guys. We're a little bit nasally today. Bear with us. We'll be back with some great topics. My husband made sure to tell me not to forget to tell you guys to subscribe and hit the bell, the notification bell, and leave us a comment if you were here. Maybe comment phlegm. No, no, no. Comment rice.
I was just thinking while we were talking and we said a few words here and there, but I was like, maybe we can record a podcast fully in Arabic. It'd be fun.
I totally agree. We will definitely do an episode in Arabic. It'll just be funny to decide what dialect. It'll be a bit of a combination of Lebanese, Syrian, and Moroccan. I'll throw a little bit of Egyptian in there. It'll most likely be more like Middle Easterner. Easterner. Anyways, all right, everybody. Have a great day, night.
Until next time,
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum.